Okay, y'all. So, as y'all might know, or as y'all might not know, I am a still beginner in data structures and algorithms, bro. I'm still a beginner in data structures and algorithms. So, right now, I'm gonna be trying to solve some very beginner friendly problems which ChatGPT gave me, and I'm gonna also be trying to explain them, like the thought process and stuff like that. So, make sure that you like the stream and subscribe, and yeah, I guess let's get started. So the first is find a maximum in an array. So we're gonna have a int find maximum in array in maximum in array, or actually maybe get maximum in array. We're gonna have our array. We're gonna have our array. We're gonna have our array, and initially we are going to set the answer to array of 0. Now we set the answer to array of 0 initially because we are going to relate afterwards. We are going to be comparing every next element in the array and trying to find one that is greater than this. We're trying to find one that is greater than this one. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do int I gets 0, I less than the length of the array, and if we're gonna check if an array element is greater than ans, then ans is gonna be this current element. So what we did here, we checked, so we already have ans set to the first element in the array. Now if we find an element which is greater than, if there's an if it exists an element in the array which is greater than ans, we're just gonna set ans to that element, and then we're just gonna return the ans, which is gonna be the maximum element in the array. Okay, so let's get a test array. Maybe we're gonna do a test array, and it's gonna be something like this, and then I'm gonna just get these numbers from here. So right now the answer we should get is 7, and we actually have to log this to the console, print this to the console, and there we go, we get 7. So what happens here? So first we initially set uh, the answer to be 3, and then in this loop for every element, actually we can start from 1 and we will get the same result because we already checked 0, right? And so if any of these is greater than this one, then 3 we solve. So first we have 3, right? And then on the first iteration of this, we're gonna check if this one is, if the element at position 1 is greater than 3, and so in this case, basically array of I, this I gets this is 1. This is array of 1, and basically um when we go to so is 1 greater than ans? No, so it's not gonna go inside this if and set this one to answer. Then we check is 7, so this then becomes 2. Is 7 greater than 3? Yes, it is. So then the answer is going to become 7. This is index 0, 1, 2. And then finally we check is 2 index 3 greater than the current answer, which is 7. Well, 2 is not greater than 7, so we leave the answer as it is, and then we return the answer from this function, and that's pretty much it. I think I was gonna explain something else, but I forgot what it was. Uh, yeah. Okay, let's maybe go to the next one, sum of array. Okay, so oh yeah, I think there's a lot of length, and here as well. We can use so no member has no mem so Victor has no member named length. So I think it's like this, or maybe this is only for strings. I may be wrong. This might be only for strings. Has no member. Okay, yeah. So okay, yeah. So does there is no oops size. There is no size. There is no. It seems there is no length property for arrays in C++, but if we get a string equals hello world, and then we see out I should name it need to name it, and then if we see out greeting that length, I think this is gonna give the length of the string, or maybe let's see. Okay, invalid use. Oh, whoops. Okay, I think I need to like give an empty space or something, or something maybe. Okay, greeting the length. Okay, maybe it's like this. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost 100% sure, dude. Okay, yeah. So we do get the length of the string at this length. So there is a length for strings, but not for arrays. Okay, so and that's basically the first problem. I tried to explain it as much as possible. Try to explain it. Okay, let's get rid of this. Actually, maybe get rid of this completely. And now the second one, which is sum of array. And let's just call it get array sum, and then just do an array, and then our I should call it total because I'm pretty sure there's a C++ sum function. Should I sum? Okay, maybe not. Let's find some values. Okay, so I guess it's not. So we're just gonna say sum. But I think there's a sum function in Python. Yeah, there's a sum function in Python, but not in C++, it seems. So here, what we're gonna do is again, this is another for loop which we're gonna run. Another another for loop which we're gonna run, and basically we're just gonna add every element to the sum, and then we're gonna return the sum. So what's going on here? So maybe this is confusing. This is the same as saying sum plus. This is the same as saying uh, sum equals sum plus array of I. So this is just a shorthand, And what we're doing now, so first I is gonna be 0. So we get the 0th element, which is, let's say, 3. So this becomes 3. So I equals 0, sum equals 3. Then I is gonna, because we increment I in every iteration of the for loop, so I is gonna be 1 and 1, and then sum is gonna be, I think, 4. Yeah, 4. Then I is gonna be 2. Then sum is gonna be uh I almost said 7, but it should be 11, and then the last element that's gonna be 3, and then sum is gonna be equal to 13. 3, 7, yeah, 13. Okay, so this is what we should get from. Okay, let's just run this just to make sure there's no errors right now, and then we're just gonna get array sum of array. We should get a 13 right here. Okay, yeah, so that's that one. Okay, is there more array ones? Okay, there's a new one. Oh wait, I should have. There's another. I guess I should use the stuff which ChatGPT gives. So this is 1, 2, 3. I will get 6. Next one, count even numbers. So this one, there's two ways we can do this. The even numbers. So there's two ways to check a number is even. First way to check if a number is even is a classical way, which probably most of you guys know. So the first way to check if a number is even, the first way is we just say uh, and divide modulo 2 equals 0. So this is gonna return. So if we have an even number, for example, 4 divided by 2 is gonna be equal to 0. So this is gonna return true. So let's say num is 4, and 4 divided by 2 equals 0. So this is gonna return true. Now this is the other way, which I'm not sure if it is. Actually, this should be pool. The other way, which I'm not sure if it is faster, but it's another way too. It's even bitwise. So the other way is to say return and 1, like this. So basically what this does, we have, obviously each number is represented, each number has a binary representation. So for example, 4 in binary is 100. Yeah, 100. So if we AND, and if we AND this, and for example, if we AND 4 and the 1 is gonna be 1 0 0, and here's gonna be 0 0 1. We're gonna get 0, and actually I think this is gonna be so. Okay, this is gonna be that's gonna be so this is gonna be equal to 0. Okay, so if it's equal to 0, that means it is even, because there are no, because it's a power of 2 basically. And yeah, yeah, that's about it. So okay, let's just test a little bit just to make sure we don't mess it up. We should get 1 or true. Okay, I don't know what this thing is all. Maybe this is wrong. Maybe I need braces. Connection was what the heck? Let's run again. Run again. Okay, this is taking very long. Taking very long. Okay, I don't know what's going on. If we refresh, what the heck? Okay, let's what? Okay, so okay, let's try now. Okay, so CPP and was okay. Yeah, this is num. This is num2. Okay. Okay, we get 0. Okay, I think this is gonna have to be inside this. Yeah, now we get 1 now. Why this is inside this and it's not in, and it can't be like this? That I couldn't tell you. You're gonna have to. I couldn't tell you that. You're gonna have to research that by yourself. But yeah, this is 2 ways to check if a number is even or odd. I mean, you can call this is odd, and then you just gotta say equal to 1. Well, it's not. We're checking if it's even right now because the problem statement is count even numbers in the array. So yeah, and count numbers. And I am going to use the is even bitwise because I'm pretty sure it's faster, but I'm not completely sure. But let's just say counter is gonna be 0. Let's even be extremely specific with our naming. I mean, we can just do an array. We can just do. We can even do for number. So I forgot what this is called, but this is another way to iterate through an array or a map or a set even, I think. And you can just do this, and if we say if is even bitwise of this, we're gonna increment the counter. Yeah, so we can do this, but I'm pretty sure we cannot forget semicolons inside of We cannot forget semicolons inside of C++. Inside JavaScript, we don't need to put in semicolons, but not here. And okay, what? Oh yeah, I'm not returning anything from the function. So it says no return statement in function returning non-void. So we need to return, and that's basically it. And then comment this out, and we should get the count even numbers. Get the result. Now this is faster than inline, so that's why I'm doing this. We should get the result, and then we get 2, so it's 24, which is correct. I mean, in this we don't really sum up anything or whatever. I think this one's clear. Okay, so next one is